Okay, welcome everyone. We're experimenting here a little bit. I'm in Minnesota and Lisa's in Boulder, and we're going to test here a little bit and see if we can do this remotely. We're on lesson number 107, and the idea for the day is truth will correct all errors in my mind. Just close your eyes, have a comfortable seat, and I'll read the opening paragraph. What can correct illusions but the truth? And what are errors but illusions that remain unrecognized for what they are? Where truth has entered, errors disappear. They merely vanish, leaving not a trace by which to be remembered. They are gone because without belief, they have no life. And so they disappear to nothingness, returning whence they came. From dust to dust they come and go, for only truth remains. And see, it's truth that we seek. And the ego would have us looking for truth in all the wrong places. Same place we look for love. We look for truth in all the wrong places. We look to the right news channel. We look to the right newspaper. We look to the right friends. We exclude the friends that don't share the truth that we feel. And in truth, in reality, there is only one truth. Changeless, formless, perfect, and eternal. Those are four traits we'll never find here. And so we can rest assured there is a truth we share, and it can be found in the heart of our mind. What can correct illusions but the truth? And what are errors but illusions that remain unrecognized for what they are? Where truth is entered, errors disappear. I just reread the first three sentences. Yeah. And so even the search for truth in form is an illusion. We ultimately need to replace that. So let's begin with a little yoga. We'll have the legs up on the wall, your head on the bolster. You'll just need a strap. Head on the bolster, legs up on the wall. Yeah. And then wrap your arms around the end of the bolster. Maybe go for the interlock underneath. We'll just have a moment here. Close your eyes, soften into your structure, feel the shape, and I'll read a little more. Nice and easy, you can turn your head to the right. It says in paragraph 2, can you imagine what a state of mind without illusions is? How it would feel? Try to remember when there was a time, perhaps a minute, maybe even less, when nothing came to interrupt your peace, when you were certain you were loved and safe. Then try to picture what it would be like to have that moment be extended to the end of time and to eternity. Yeah, now there's a meditation. Then let the sense of quiet that you felt be multiplied 100 times, and then be multiplied another 100 more. See, now there's a peace and a joy and a happiness uncomprehendable to us as bodies and form. Totally uncomprehendable to the ego mind. But now the goal is set. If it wasn't before, it is now. Slowly turn your head to the left. And now you have a hint, not more than just the faintest intimation of the state your mind will rest in when the truth has come. Without illusions, there could be no fear, no doubt, and no attack. When truth has come, all pain is over, for there is no room for transitory thoughts and dead ideas to linger in your mind. Truth occupies your mind completely, liberating you from all beliefs in the ephemeral. They have no place because the truth has come, and they are nowhere. They cannot be found, for truth is everywhere, forever, now. Bring your head back to the middle and arms down by your sides. Now rest a moment. Maybe you get a glimmer, a brief instant, lasting eternal peace. It's there at the center, buried under illusions. It's there waiting to be known. And so what's our yoga but to remove the illusions, the barriers to truth, one at a time. Okay, find your strap and put the strap around the ball of the right foot. Uh-oh, did your strap get away? There it is. Ball of the right foot. Hands high, elbows naturally fairly straight, the shoulders drop, the neckline, the jaw relaxed. Begin to activate the right leg and push up to the heel, open the sole of the foot, extend the knee. Nothing extreme, never extreme, always heartfelt. This is the way truth would have us operate. And then slowly bring the heel off the wall. Aim your toes for your left shoulder. So the thigh will turn in a little bit. The whole leg will come toward the midline some. Aiming your leg diagonally across your body. Be sure not to come so much that the knee starts to straighten. Don't come so much that it's a big load on the hamstrings. Sometimes you got to push away from the wall in order to have that nice, easy, consistent, sustainable entry. And now shift both straps into the left hand. And rest the right arm at your side. And the strap facilitates this support between your leg, your arm, your shoulder, and the sensation just right. When truth has come, it does not stay a while to disappear or change to something else. Remember, truth is changeless. It's also formless. It does not shift and alter its form, nor come and go and come again. It stays as it always was, to be depended on in every need and trusted with a perfect trust in all the seeming difficulties and the doubts that the appearances the world presents and engender. They will merely blow away when the truth corrects the errors in your mind. So we hold the errors to the light of the truth. That's how the truth can correct it. It's not magic. doesn't really happen on its own because it's already happened. We have to hold our errors to the truth. Sink down through the bones of your legs, sink into the hip. It's not a stretch, it's an experience. And then shift the leg back to the right, put the strap in both hands. Pause a moment here, maybe lower a little bit to the wall. Put your fingers and your hands to work, drop the shoulders. Fairly passive even in your leg. See, the same way we hold the restrictions, whether in the knee, the connective tissue around it, the ankle, the hip, that's all we're doing here. We're holding the restrictions to the light of your own awareness, where they're dissolved. Lower your heel to the wall. Put the strap on the ball of the left foot. Rest your hands on your tummy a moment, just rest. In truth, we need do nothing, because in truth is all there is. It's the false power of belief that keeps illusions seeming so real, which includes our bodies, the mat you're laying on, the strap, the wall. It includes the entire universe. The ego just basically stole a tiny, tiny, infinitesimal, unmeasurable fragment of the eternal power of God to make up a world where God could not enter. We just forgot to laugh at the idea. Now it's time for us to laugh and hold the illusions to the light. Okay, take the strap in your hands. Firm your thigh, open the sole of your foot. Use your muscles to get close to the bones. And slowly bring your heel off the wall. Thigh in. Heel out some. Aim for your right shoulder. And the minute you get a little pinch or you bump into some resistance, that's where you stop. Let it be undone. Just like walking down the street and suddenly having a grievance, an annoying thought, oftentimes toward another. Yeah, we can keep walking, but that's when we hold the grievance to the light. We ask love to help us dissolve it, let it go. One step closer to truth. Shift the strap both straps into the right hand. Rest the left at your side. Find a point of equilibrium to where your hand is doing most of the work. When truth has come, it harbors in its wings the gift of perfect constancy and love, which does not falter in the face of pain, but looks beyond it steadily and sure. Here is the gift of healing, for the truth needs no defense, and therefore no attack is possible. That's a super important line. The truth needs no defense. It doesn't need explaining. It doesn't need promoting. It needs no defense. And therefore, no attack is even possible from the place of truth. See, if you're defending it, you know it's the ego. Illusions can be brought to truth to be corrected, but the truth stands far beyond illusions and cannot be brought to them to turn them into truth. Now, there's the crux of the entire Course in Miracles. It's the crux of the Avita yoga practice. We cannot bring truth into the illusion. Think of the temples we've built, the beautiful churches and the monuments that we attribute to God. What if God doesn't even know they're there? We've been doing it for centuries. It's magic, and it doesn't work. Start bringing the illusions to truth, and everything changes. Okay, now shift the straps into both hands. Once again, leg to the left a bit. Lower your heel partially to the wall. Drop into your bones, drop down into your hip. Soften the shoulders. Lower your heel to the wall. And set the strap aside. Yeah, feel the space. See, God's free will not, and by definition cannot, interfere or alter what is not true. It can't intercede and change the ego. All love can do is look, wait, and judge not. It waits by our side constantly for every offering. These are the gifts to God. We gift our grievances to God where they can be cleansed and resolved. And bring the right knee toward the left shoulder. Interlock your fingers, more than likely over, but they could go under. Nice and slow. Don't push through. Let the resistance be brought to the light and resolved. You can feel that happening in your body. You can observe it happening in your life. Meeting yourself perfectly in the shape. Here's the next paragraph. Truth does not come and go, nor shift, nor change in this appearance now and then in that, evading capture and escaping grasp. It does not hide. It stands in open light, in obvious accessibility. It is impossible that anyone could seek it truly and would not succeed. Today belongs to truth. Give truth its due, and it will give you yours. You are not meant to suffer and to die. Your Father wills these dreams be gone. Let truth correct them all. See, this is what Jesus meant about eternal life. Death is just as much a part of the illusion as the birthing process and what seems to be a chunk of time in between. Truth transcends all of that. And release your leg up onto the wall. And bring the left knee toward the right shoulder. Sink into the groin. Don't push into pain. We do not ask for what we do not have. See, the truth is ours. We already have it. So we do not ask for what we do not have. We merely ask for what belongs to us, that we may recognize it as our own. Today we practice on the happy note of certainty that has been born of truth. The shaky and unsteady footsteps of illusion are not our approach today. We are as certain of success as we are sure we live and hope and breathe and think. There it is. We are as certain of success as we are sure we live and hope and breathe and think. We do not doubt we walk with truth today and count on it to enter into all the exercises that we do this day. All right, release your leg. And then put the strap on the arch of the right foot. Right in the middle of the heel and the ball of the foot. Extend the leg up and then slowly, with your foot relaxed, your knee extended with the least amount of effort, slowly bring the heel off the wall. A little less than before. So the angle on your leg works down through the bones and helps find the subtlest of restrictions in the connective tissues. Nice and doable. Begin by asking him who goes with you upon this undertaking, that he may be in your awareness as you go with him. See, this is the follow-up to those two powerful lines I read earlier. Illusions can be brought to truth to be corrected. I'm rereading them. Illusions can be brought to truth to be corrected, but the truth stands far beyond illusions and cannot be brought to them to turn them into truth. And now, begin by asking him who goes with you upon this undertaking that he be in your awareness as you go with him. So that's the follow-up. We have to ask for help as we bring our illusions to the truth. You are not made of flesh and blood and bone, but were created by the self-same thought, capital T, which gave the gift of life to him as well. See, we're not flesh and bone. Our truth, our reality is spirit. Only spirit could be eternal. He is your brother, and so like to you, your Father knows that you are both the same. It is yourself, capital S, that you ask to go with you. And how could he be absent where you are? All right, that's beautiful. Lower your leg. If my reading and words ever outlast your ability to stay in the shape, it's okay to release. You know that. All right. And then put the strap on the arch of the left foot. The knee extend with the least amount of effort. The foot and the toes relax. Slowly bring the heel off the wall and create this trajectory down through your leg, through the bones, into the hip, into the floor. Truth will correct all errors in your mind which tell you you could be apart from Him, from God. You speak to Him today and make your pledge to let His function be fulfilled through you. To share His function is to share His joy. See, there is no wrathful God. The ego will create a wrathful God or miscreate a wrathful God, but our reality in heaven is pure joy. His confidence is with you as you say, truth will correct all errors in my mind, and I will rest in Him who is myself. Then let Him lead you gently to the truth, which will envelop you and give you peace so deep and tranquil that you will return to the familiar world reluctantly. That's what we want. We return back to the worldly illusions reluctantly. We linger in the heart of God. And more, that's all we want. And then we start to see through the same lens of love that God is. And that's how we heal. That's how the world heals. Now, release your heel. Speaking of heels, your heel to the wall. Keep the healing in your heart and set the strap aside. Here's our line for the day. Truth will correct all errors in my mind, and I will rest in Him who is myself. Bend your knees, push yourself back. Stretch yourself on the floor. So the last line of the last paragraph I read was, as we envelop the peace so deep and tranquil that you will return to the familiar world reluctantly. And then it says, and yet you will be glad to look upon this world, for you will bring with you the promise of the changes which the truth that goes with you will carry to the world. They will increase with every gift of 5 small minutes, and the errors that surround the world will be corrected as you let them be corrected in your mind. See, this is the repurposing of the world we seem to see and experience as bodies. We gently stop trying to fix where in reality there is no problem and thus no solution. We must change our mind about it. All right, now bend your knees, roll onto one side. When you're ready, push yourself up. Close your eyes. Rest your hands on your knees or your thighs, and I'll read the final paragraph. Do not forget your function for today. Each time you tell yourself with confidence, truth will correct all errors in my mind. You speak for all the world and Him who would release the world as He would set you free. Deepening into those words, deepening into the idea for today. Bring your hands to your heart. Truth will correct all errors in my mind, as long as I bring my errors to the truth and ask for help. Namaste.